Hi there. Every Sunday we bring something new in DAX, and today is also Sunday, but this time we are going to do something different. So let's get started. Career out of Power BI. In this video, you will get to know how you can start your career as a Power BI developer, or maybe you can go to the advanced level, you can become a Power BI architect. In this video, you will get to know what are the different technologies that you need to learn or how you can exactly start your career step by step. Well guys, Power BI is a self-service BI tool by Microsoft that is going to help you to do the business analysis. That means self-service business intelligence, where you can do the analysis on your data and you can get the result out of it without getting to know much about the coding. Microsoft Power BI is a Power BI desktop app where you can design your reports and dashboards. If you would like to know more about this, then please don't forget to check the link in the description section. In that video, I have explained everything about it. Choosing a career path depends on various factors. Out of them, the very first would be your educational background. That means, what is your educational background? Are you coming from the engineering background, or maybe you are coming from the account background? That really decides where you want to pursue your career. But in an ideal world, we all know that we are coming from the different backgrounds and still we are working either in the data field, or someone who's coming from the art background, he's also working in the data field. So in today's world, it really doesn't matter from which background you are coming, but still you have liberty to choose your career path. And if you are dedicated towards that, you can definitely make your career path. The second point over here is about the career path. And this is really applicable for only those people who are actually working already into their professional careers. So suppose one person is working in the accountancy field and he now wants to switch to another field. That also really depends. Now there would be several questions in his mind that whether he can jump to another career or not, whether he should really take this step or not. So that's a separate discussion. We are not going to go into this one, but this is another contributing factor when you are going to choose your career path. Next comes, what is your target or what is your vision? Where would you like to grow into your career? What is the actual position where you would like to see yourself after 5 years, 10 years, etc. After that, another contributing factor would be the latest technology and its scope. Everyone would like to work with the technology that is gonna stay over here for years. For example, in the last 10 years, big data was at boom, but now data science or data scientists are getting more and more jobs. So technologies gets changed over the time, but we have to also keep an eye on the latest technologies where we can learn something new and also that are going to help us to grow in our career. And finally, the most important contributing factor over here is the salary or your financial goals. What is your target salary, or how much do you want to earn, or what are your current liabilities or responsibilities, and also how would you like to grow financially into your career. So these are a couple of factors which are going to help you to decide your career path, or in another word, you can say that your career path really depends on these kind of factors. So please choose wisely and consider it, where you would like to grow your career, how would you like to grow, what kind of technologies you want to learn, etc. Now coming to the point, why Power BI? So over here, I'm going to give you a glimpse of a couple of factors. For example, where Power BI stands in terms of the technology, or what kind of salaries you can expect from the Power BI, etc. The very first comes where Power BI actually stands in terms of the technology. As you can see on your screen, this is the Magic Quadrant for BI tools by Gartner. Gartner every year publishes about the popularity or the number of people are using the tool, and here you can clearly see that the Microsoft is at number one. And it's not only now, it's about for the last 7 to 8 years, or even from the beginning when the Microsoft has launched this tool. So it's growing exponentially. But that doesn't mean the Microsoft Power BI is the ultimate tool. Yes, there can be a lot of other tools, and as you can see on your screen, Tableau is another one, then ClickSense, and there are many more tools are coming into the picture. Every company decides a tool according to their own requirements, their budget, etc. But over here, we are talking about the Microsoft Power BI only, and this is going to help you to get to know that how popular this tool is or how widely around the world people are choosing this tool. So definitely it's a market leader, and if you would like to make your career with Power BI, then this is going to be the right option for you. Next point is about salaries. How much salary you can expect from a job? Well guys, it totally depends on your interview, your experience, and the country where you are living. I can give you just some of the ideas that what can you expect over here. For example, if you are working in India as a Power BI developer, then you can expect a salary from a range of 4 lakh to 20 lakh rupees per year. However, if you are working in USA, then you can expect a salary range from 60k to 120k per year. On the other hand, if you are working in Australia, then you can expect a salary range from around 100k. That can be about 70k as well, but it's just an average for about a 4 years experience of a person. So you can expect a salary range from about 100k to 230k Australian dollar. Please do remember that these salary ranges can be varied according to your experience, your knowledge about the different tools and technologies that you know, and additionally, at last, they are going to depend on your interview, how well you are going to perform into your interview. Additionally, please do remember that in Power BI we have many roles. For example, Power BI admin, Power BI report developer, or maybe Power BI solution architect. So your salary furthermore going to depend on those factors as well. Now we are going to discuss about the different career options in Power BI. Suppose you decided, okay, I would like to go with Power BI. Now what can be the different career options in Power BI? The very first would be the BI engineer role. If you are a business intelligence engineer, then you may start working on Power BI as well. And I'm sure there are so many companies around the world who are working on Power BI already, or you can introduce this tool as a data visualization or self-service tool. So you can start working on that. The second number comes over here about the data analyst. So in most of the organizations who are working on the Microsoft tools, they used it as their data visualization or self-service BI tool. And over there, if you are joining as a data analyst, then definitely you are going to work on this tool and you can make your career as a data analyst into this one. The third would be the data engineer. So generally data engineers work is regarding the data only. They get the data from the different sources, then ingest into data warehouse or databases. However, if you are a Power BI developer and you would like to grow further in your career, you can also learn about the data engineering processes. For example, ETL, Azure Cloud, Azure Data Engineer, or AWS Data Engineer, etc. And you can grow your career as a data engineer. Now, the next role would be the data scientist. So in the data scientist role, you definitely need to visualize the data as well. That you can also do with the help of Python or maybe R language, etc. But if you are working on the Microsoft technologies and you are working on Azure machine learning, or maybe you are working with the Azure Databricks, etc., then in that case, your Power BI knowledge is really very important because you are going to visualize the data at last using the Power BI. And in that case, if you have already that knowledge, you are already working on the Power BI, then you can start learning the new technologies in terms of machine learning, predictive analysis, or maybe you want to learn something else. So that time also you can switch to this career as well. So you have multiple career options available. You can start with the BI engineer, then you can turn into a data analyst, or you can also start with the data analyst, so that's not a problem. Then you can learn some more technologies. You can grow further your career as a data engineer, and from the data engineer, you can go to the data scientist role. So this is a step-by-step process, how you can grow your career using Power BI. Now let's talk about how you can really start your career into Power BI, because this is the main idea about this video, that if you really would like to start your career as a Power BI developer, how you can do. The very first, you have to learn SQL. So we all know that SQL is a structured query language, and this is the only language that really interacts with your databases. Once you're gonna feel confident about your SQL skills, the second part would be you have to start learning MSBI stack. MSBI stack is the Microsoft Business Intelligence stack. Over there, you would get to know about the different technologies or tools. For example, you use SQL Server reporting services for reporting purpose. You use SQL Server integration services for ETL purpose, which data engineers basically use. Then also you have SQL Server analysis services, which is going to help you to analyze huge amount of data. Now, this SQL Server Analysis service has two parts, multi-dimensional modeling and tabular modeling. So tabular modeling is the same that you are going to do into your Power BI. So this is very important. Please do learn that. In the same technology, you also learn how to create the measure or how to use data analysis expression language. That means DAX formula based language. You would learn that too. Once you get the expertise into that one, then you can move further. Then there would be a third technology that you have to concentrate. That would be your data warehousing and databases. So you have to get to know all the fundamentals and basic concepts about data warehousing as well as databases. Although designing a database is a part of a job of a data engineer or data warehouse developer, but still you should have a knowledge about that. If you don't have knowledge about that, you cannot interact with the database or data warehouses. And this is really important if you would really want to make your career as a BI engineer or as a data engineer or as a data analyst. It's going to help you throughout your career. So please do learn and focus on data warehouses and databases. You should know what are the different kinds of dimensions, what is a database, what are the database management system, etc. And it's going to come with the practice. So till now, I have explained to you about the SQL, MSBI stack, and the database and data warehousing concepts. All three works together. Even you know all three, then you can start working as a BI engineer. But if you want to start your career as a Power BI developer, still you need to learn the Power BI. So either after all of three, you can directly jump into the Power BI, or if you would like to make your career as a data analyst, then you have to learn Python language as well. Python language is not a very difficult one. It has a very simple syntaxes, very easy to understand. And even if you have a very basic understanding about the languages, then you can start working on that. I'm sure after practicing 1 to 2 months, you get expertise into the Python and you can easily perform the data analysis using Python. So guys, once you have a knowledge about the SQL language and Python, in addition to the Power BI, you can start working as a data analyst. However, if you have a knowledge about MSBI stack, data warehousing or databases and SQL, you can start as a BI engineer. But there's one more technology here that you should start learning, and that would be your cloud engineering. That means you should have a knowledge about the different data products on AWS or Azure cloud. Once you have this entire knowledge, you can start working as a real Power BI champion. It is really important. Please note that over here, I'm not saying that you really should have knowledge of all the concepts in the Azure cloud or AWS, not, but at least you should have a knowledge about the data products. For example, in Azure, we have a Azure Data Factory, what it does, how it does. Then we have Azure SQL database. Then we have other concepts like Synapse analytics, etc. So you should have a strong understanding about the concepts and how they work. Because whenever you are going to start working with the Power BI, you have to interact with the Azure Cloud Services. You have to get the data from the Azure Blob Storage or Azure Data Lake Storage or maybe from the Azure Synapse Analytics. In that case, they are going to play a key role. So you must have a knowledge about that. Overall, if you just want to start a career as a Power BI as a beginner, so what you should have a knowledge of SQL and the data warehousing concepts along with the MSBI. If you want to start your career as a data analyst, then you must have a knowledge of Python and SQL along with the Power BI. If you want to start your career as a data engineer, then you can start exploring further into Azure Data Analytics or maybe data engineering using AWS. I hope now I'm pretty clear how you can start making your career into Power BI. Power BI is just one tool, but there are so many technologies around the Power BI that you should get to know. And we are talking about all these technologies because you have to ingest the data into Power BI. You have to perform a lot of operations into the Power BI. And also you have to interact with other systems. But with the basic understanding of SQL language, Python language, and Power BI, you can definitely start your career. However, if you want to get more expertise, then you have to learn the other technology stacks as well. But if you really want to get proficient into Power BI, then you have to learn the other technologies as well. Now let's talk about how you can really get a job as a Power BI developer? Well, first of all, you have to start practicing Power BI. Once you practice Power BI and once you think that you are confident enough to build certain report dashboards or the projects in Power BI, then you have to start building those projects and start publishing them on Medium, LinkedIn, or maybe on GitHub so that you can showcase your projects to someone who's going to interview you or to your friends or maybe on LinkedIn just to show off that you have your knowledge of Power BI and you can literally work on that. Next, what you have to do, you have to start reading interview question and answers for Power BI. This is going to help you to understand what are the different questions an interviewer can ask you, how you can overcome them, or in case you think you don't know anything about this particular question, you can even read about it. There are so many documents available online, as well as we have all the videos on Power BI. You can come to our channel, you can start watching the videos and you will get all the knowledge, and I'm pretty sure you would come out with the flying colors. Next, you should get certified into Power BI as well. This is going to prove that you have sufficient knowledge about the Power BI, and this is also going to help you to get more salary as compared to the other candidates who are not Power BI certified. This is going to prove that you have worked on the Power BI. If you want to get training about the Power BI, you can contact us, and also we have published already one series. You can visit our channel, and over there you can start watching all the videos about PL300 exam, which is an exam for Microsoft Power BI certification. After that, just start applying for the jobs. And if you need tips and tricks how to get job abroad, then we already have created one video. Please don't forget to watch that. Once you would complete all these steps, then I can guarantee you, you would land a very good offer letter and you can definitely achieve your career goals. If you are looking for trainings and consultation, please do visit our website www.biconsultingpro.com. You will get all the information over there. However, if you still have any questions and concern, please don't forget to connect with us. Also, if you are over here for the very first time, please do subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for all the latest videos and updates. See you in the next video.